Acupuncture has a lot of great uses and it treats a very wide, surprisingly, a very wide range of types of diseases. So, for instance, if I have a pet that is having these skin issues, all of a sudden they're getting red skin quite a bit, or they're only in certain areas. Their body just seems to run hot all the time. I can come in and assess the patient and do some acupuncture using certain points that are heat clearing, and it helps to clear excess heat from the body. And you can, even for ear infections, for dogs that their owners will notice, you know what, the ear is, it hasn't started to stink yet, but it looks like it's about to. The ears are really red, the ears feel hot. I'll put some needles in and I'll purposely ask the pet parent to touch the ear before I start and then touch the ear afterwards. And they are amazed at the significant difference in just the temperature of the ear. And a lot of times that heat is a sign of the inflammation that might be coming. And so I'm helping to clear that inflammation so that the ear infection doesn't actually, the inflammation doesn't transform into an active ear infection. Another thing that I use acupuncture for a lot is GI cases. So things like constipation, diarrhea, fecal incontinence. So an older dog that just is like walking and just like poop is just falling out. I use acupuncture a lot for that. I had one client or one patient who was having fecal incontinence episodes upwards of 4 times a day. It was really bad, and I started treating her once a day, and we got her down to 2 episodes a week. So it's a drastic difference, and of course, the pet parent wanted it to be 0, but she was extremely happy with, instead of doing 4 times a day, to 1 to 2 times a week. Another thing that I use acupuncture for a lot is probably the number one use that I'm doing it for now is a lot of cancer patients. So the good thing about veterinary medicine is that there has been such a great expansion in our knowledge, and as well as in our treatment options. And we have so many pets. Because of that, we have so many pets that are living a lot longer than what they ever had before. In school, we were taught that Great Danes have a life expectancy of 5 to 7 years. I have met so many Great Danes that are like 10 and up, that, is, it's just ridiculous. And because we have pets that are living longer, we're now having to see diseases that we didn't expect to see as much because they're related to older age, and cancer is one of them. And you also have more pet parents that can afford those treatment options, especially if they have things like pet insurance that help to alleviate a lot of those unexpected costs. So with patients that are undergoing chemo treatment, radiation therapy, recent surgeries, things like that, uh, acupuncture can help to mitigate a lot of those side effects. So the vomiting, the nausea, the not wanting to eat, the weight loss, the diarrhea, the constipation, a lot of those different things that we talked about. And I also don't do acupuncture like in isolation. I typically will do it in combination with other Eastern medicines like Chinese herbal formulas or food therapy, actually helping to create a customized food plan for the pet based off of what those needs are. But because of that, I have seen using an integrated medicine approach for just cancer patients, almost just about every single patient that I have had has beat whatever timeline their oncologist told them, and it is absolutely amazing. And not only are they beating, they're living longer than what the oncologist expects, but they're also having a really good quality of life. And I think that that's something that most pet parents are going to be very appreciative of. Yes, they want to have an extra month or an extra week or extra year with their pet, but for them to be happy, they're not looking sick all the time. They're still wagging their tail. They're having a good appetite. They're still hanging around with their family. They're not hiding because they're in pain and uncomfortable. Those are the things that they are really, really appreciative of. That we're keeping them as happy as possible for as long as possible. And the final thing that acupuncture is used for, which I think is just number one use across the board, is arthritis. Just like with humans, I mean, the opioid epidemic is a very real topic amongst human medicines. And one of the options that uh, that has been kind of circling around in order to fight that is to, instead of using opioids, is to using something like acupuncture for pain management. And it's because acupuncture does a good job when it comes to managing pain. There are certain acupuncture points that, when stimulated, releases the body's own endorphins and helps with managing pain in certain areas, very localized areas, as well as with the whole body. So I use, when I was starting out building my practice, the number one thing that I was using it for was definitely for arthritic